Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video that has got several videos in it that's going to be forming part of my easy home decor DIY project video. You'll see that I've changed my way of doing it a little bit. In the last one, I think that's really gone up. You'll see I did a few, and now this one I've also got a few in one video, so I'm changing it a bit. I'm trying to not do just one project per video, and I'm trying to just like shorten them a little bit, just part of my whole rebranding that I spoke about once in a vlog. I don't know, I will link the vlog up here so you can see what I was talking about. It's just the first part of my rebranding. I've already done new playlists, which you'll see if you go and look at the playlists. I've got everything into different playlists so that you can easily find if you want to see DIYs or if you want to see, whichever, then you can go and look in the playlists. So stick around and see what I get up to. I love being creative and trying new things in my journey through life. Writing best practices, tips and tricks, sharing updates on my own writing and books with different tutorials sprinkled in between. I enjoy sharing my knowledge. There's music covers and original pieces written and composed by me. Handmade jewelry reveals, sewing videos, other crafts, poetry reading, book reviews, and many, many more. Come and join me on this journey and let's have fun together. I need to sand this down and the back because it's plastic. I just want to make it a little bit rougher, and then I'm going to spray paint it with this clear lacquer, the blue one. What color is this? It says navy from Rust-Oleum, obviously my favorite. And then I'm going to be gluing on legs. To glue it down, I'll be using the bar stick, clear glue, my glue gun, which has got these PVC cable glue sticks in it from Rapid. This has been sprayed. So now I just need to measure if it's in the right spot. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the rainbow white, and then while I wait for that to dry, I'm going to be cutting out the wording that I printed on my laptop. I have to print it in red because I'm running out of ink. So I'm going to start looking how I can place it, because I'm going to transfer it onto here with carbon paper, so just the normal carbon paper and a pencil, and then we'll see how that goes, because I have to place it this way. I try to print it in their lines, but we'll see how it goes. This rainbow I ordered it from Craftex. For those of you that are in South Africa and you'd like to order, they do online. Well, they only do online actually. They closed their little shop that they had, so they only do online sales. and you can actually give them your measurements. You can mail them and tell them this is what you want, these are the measurements, and they'll actually cut it for you according to the measurements. See, this is now how it looks when you're painting this. I don't know if it's supposed to look that way. I think spray paint's probably easier, but I don't have any white left, I think. Plus I've now painted it, unless I paint the back with the spray paint. Or the other side with spray paint, and I leave this for the back side because I wasn't going to paint the back side. That sounds funny. That's what happens when you pause something and you don't see that you haven't pushed record again. I cut out all the wording. Now I just need to wait for the rainbow to dry so that I can spray paint the other side. I'm just going to do it off camera quickly, and then I'll be back with you so we can put the wording on. Now to trace, just going to place it, wording. I'm finally done with getting the wording on, but as you can see, wherever I pushed with my finger down to hold it, it made marks, and then I tried to wipe it off with a wet wipe, but it has not worked. It's just smudged it. So I'm going to not worry about that right now. I'm going to first just paint the wording on with black paint, and then afterwards I will see what I can do about it. I don't know if I can maybe paint over it with white or what. I'll see, because some of it's even in between the words and I don't want to like rub on it too much. Looks like I'm going to have to use Koki. So because I had to use Koki instead of paint, I can't use spray varnish because I'm pretty sure it's going to make the ink run. So I'm going to be using Mod Podge to seal it. The pieces that I tried to wipe off of the carbon paper didn't want to come off. So what I did was I wiped all the other carbon paper marks, even the wording, just to try and make it look as if it's part of the decoration. And I must say, over here it actually looks like it's the shadow of the wording, but yeah. Now I'm just going to put Mod Podge on to seal it, wait for it to dry, and I'll put another layer on, and then we can continue. I'm going to also, while we're waiting for it to dry, I'm going to be doing the bead strings, which I'll show you when we get there. This is the joys of doing crafts when you don't have all the stuff that you need for it. It's So I used this one for that writing, and that's why that's still there. I used this overhead projector one for the rest of it, and that did not stick. Right, so I've got all these wooden beads. There's 8 colors to be exact, and what I want to do is I want to hang 8 on each string of the rainbow, on each side of the rainbow. So I've cut out already 8 strings for each side. I'm going to just put this in order of how I want them to go, and then we can put it on the strings. So first need to make knots. I'm going to make a double knot because, as you can see, the holes are quite big. You know, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do each color, so on either side, so then it's over and done with. Holding out. So I have done these. Now I need to carry on with the Mod Podge, or the Mod Podge, and I'm going to first do the wording though. I'm going to first try and do the wording and then carry on with the Mod Podge, and then we can glue these onto the bottom. Now I need to glue the flowers on. So I'm going to glue on over here, just like, probably it's going to basically be 2 rows, but I don't want it to be like perfectly 2 rows. And then over here I want it to sort of like go upwards, and then I'm going to put the butterflies over here. I'm going to be using paper flowers, and then once I've glued them on with a glue gun, then I'm going to spray them with varnish so that they can last longer. I'm using my cutters to cut it off here. So this is glued on now, and now I need to spray varnish it. I'm going to be using the Rust-Oleum Glass Clear Ultra Cover spray paint. Spray paint. I'm putting extra glue on so it stays where it is and it doesn't pull out. Okay, so my husband drilled a hole into the thing, and then we're just going to hang it from there. My next craft, I'm going to be making a glass tier tray. So I'm going to be attaching the glass, and then I also need to make little things to put on the tier tray besides the stuff that the other stuff that's just going to go into the bowl. I'm also going to be making little boards with sayings on it, so I needed to sand it because I used that oval thing like I used for the summer wreath, and I've sanded the picture that was on it off, and I'm cutting it. I'm going to cut it into little pieces to match what I want to put onto it. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix these little things so that they can be attached, because I see this one came loose, and then I'm going to attach this along, and then when I've attached these I'm going to be spray painting it with this brown, let me just see what the color is, Satin Espresso, and then these balls I'm going to be spraying with white, Rust-Oleum flat white. Something else I'm going to try is I'm going to try and varnish these feathers with Rust-Oleum clear gloss varnish, and I'm going to see if it works so that it doesn't get damaged, because you know, like if you leave feathers out they get very dirty and that, so, and living in a place that gets lots of dust I have to be able to protect them. So I'm going to be varnishing this one first just to see how it handles it, and then I'm going to try the others as well. This is going to be like a boho tier tray, so you'll see what I'm going to do. I'm also going to make the string. I'm going to make tassel. This I need to fix as well. Yeah, you can see what I'm going to do now. So first of all I want to just take this bottom one off because it needs to stand up.
I'm using grey ribbon here to tie a bow on top of the cage.
I have this cross that I also want to add, but it's missing a thing, so I have this. I'm going to take this part off and I'm going to glue it to the middle there. Have this, which I need to glue into there, and I'm going to put another ribbon on here, but I need to first use a Sharpie. I'm going to see if it works to make this a different color because I don't want it pink. So this I need to glue back in. It came loose. This I'm going to be attaching to one of the boards that I'm doing. I would like to paint this arrow with the bubblegum chalk paint from Craftex.
This is the board I sanded that I'm going to be making the little boards out of. And then I cut the board with my Dremel.
I've got my Mod Podge and that to attach pictures on. I also want to seal this with Mod Podge. Some of them are stickers, but stickers won't last, so I need to podge it down. Also, I've already sprayed the feathers with varnish, and it actually worked. Just when you spray it, hold it in your hand. Don't lie it down on the counter.
I needed to make little stands for the wooden the wooden boards, so I'm using ice cream sticks to make the little stands.
So I got this idea on YouTube, and I saw someone had it in one of their photos, and I just really liked it. So, well, not their photos, their videos. But mine's going to be a little bit different because theirs was on a what's the thing called? A canvas. Whereas mine, I don't have a canvas on hand, so I was going to use this. It's a little tray. It's the same tray that I've used in one of my decor videos, except I have a few of them, so it's just a different one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the tray with chalkboard paint, back and front, and then I'm going to put wording on it, which I will use. I've typed the wording out and printed it, and I'm going to use carbon paper to trace it onto the board. I also want to make this into a frame, which I'm going to be using a different paint, and then we're going to varnish it, and it will be ready to put in the kitchen. The chalkboard paint that I'm using, I didn't show you, is from Fired Earth, poured it out. It's black but bubblegum scented. I just need it to dry, and then I can put another coat on, probably another 2 coats on, and then I can do the other side. So I've now painted the back. I had to put 3 layers on, and now I'm going to paint the other side. Now that I have painted it and I've put all the layers on, I'm going to do the framing. Well, I'm going to draw it. Draw it, and then I will paint it with the first color. So I just put some painter's tape on so that I don't get paint anywhere else in case I'm not able to keep the lines straight. Now I'm going to use this paint, which I also want to use for the wording. I'll see how that goes. It's from Craftex and it's bubblegum chalk paint. The color is bubblegum. So this is dry, and I'm now going to put the brown onto the edges just to make it look a bit weathered. This is from Crazy Crafts, and it's in the color cinnamon. I'm going to use this brush, and then I've got this tile that I use to take off excess paint because I want to basically dry brush it on. Now for the silver paint. The silver paint is from Dala, and it's acrylic, craft acrylic. Yeah, silver. So now I'm going to take this off because this is all dry, and then I'm going to do the wording. So that didn't work. You can't really see the writing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take white chalk and I'm going to rub the back where the wording is, and hopefully this works so I can get it onto the, when I use the word, if I use the pencil, it will transfer it, I'm hoping. And then I have to hope that the paint sticks to the chalk, but it is chalk paint, so this is a number 0 paintbrush. So that was my easy home decor DIY projects video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it was helpful and that it gave you some ideas, and so that you can go and do things in your own house. I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the things that I used are things that I already had in my house that I've just changed to basically, like revamp them and redid them. It's just cheaper that way, so that you don't have to go and replace things. You can just change them. I mean, if you're a crafter, it's one of the perks of being a crafter, is you actually can just change something in your house instead of spending money that you might not have to go and buy new stuff. Anyway, so I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, if you can please give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, if you can please do so and click the little subscription block below over here somewhere. It shows support for my channel, which I also really do appreciate, and it will be helping me get to my first goal on this YouTube channel, which is 1,000 subscribers this year, or more. I don't mind more. And if you look in the description block below, you'll also find all of my social media, including my blog, which is where you'll find more content from me. And if you go to www.patreon.com/Ondeane Lourens, you'll also find more content from me, and it's also the best place for you to support what I do on this channel and also what I do on my blog, so that I can keep doing it. So I hope that you have a lovely day further. Keep your crystal on, your sparkle strong, and enjoy your moments. Goodbye.